All right, well, this one worked. Just didn't like the live feed. Oh, sorry about that, comic fam. All right, so we're gonna have to just wait a second because the fam was waiting so patiently for us. You need to come. Let's get in here. Come on. Where's your off the screen?
Sorry, everyone.
All right. So we do apologize for that. YouTube randomly just doesn't want to work, but you know what? We're here. We're only starting a little bit late, and at this point,
this is kind of the normal start time.
This is kind of the normal start time, but let's say hi to all the peeps who are coming back in. Knights of Old. Thank you so much. XX Roachman, Tyler, Alexander Cassidy. Who else do we have, Ryan?
We got John. We got Abby. We got Carlos.
Hulk Nuts. Oh, all the comic peeps. We have fire on this feed. William Biddle, thank you so much for joining us. Who else we have? We have Bueller. We got Brian. Condal. Oh my goodness, Lucifer. Thank you so much for joining. We see you here. We see you here. Actually, they're over here.
Big Will's here.
Big Will. Oh, Big Will.
We're glad you're here.
We're glad you're here. Yeah.
You dirty psycho bastard, you.
He sent us so many things. Big Will, it's crazy. It's crazy. What you're doing is insane. Big
we
Will.
love you.
We do love you.
Even though I call you names sarcastically, of course.
No, we do love you. We have a cram-packed show today. We're already starting 10 minutes late. Slav, say hi. Slav's over here. Slav, say hi. There he is.
There's his arm
here. So we're going through some changes with the live stream, as you know. We're using the computer again. We do have some things to chat with you about today. Ryan, what do we have on deck for the comic book fan for today's live show? We are on episode 9. Hit that like button. Guys, there's 75 people on the stream. I want to see some likes. We're at 14 likes. Show us that you're here by hitting up some likes and let us know right now, Ryan, what do we have in store for the comic fan?
You guys are already talking about it. We're going to talk about Dead Rabbit today.
What else we got?
We're going to talk about Bill Maher today. Everyone's favorite.
What? You talk about Bill Maher?
Yeah, that guy's
cool. You want to
cool.
throw She-Ra in there too?
Let's do that.
Okay, what else do we got? What else do we got? We have some boxes here.
We got some boxes.
Got boxes from multiple members of the comic book community who are donating and sending out the comic book karma. And what is this? What do you have there?
These are my comics that I grabbed today.
Because you have a weekly poll that you present to the comic fam on the show.
Correct.
That's right. We're going to find out what's in Ryan's box. Closet Geek, starting out the stream so good.
We love you, Closet Geek.
Donating $10 to the super chat to help fund this operation because clearly we need help. And he says we'll have to catch on the replay at an early Thanksgiving deal with his rents, his parents. Just wanted to show his love. Happy Thanksgiving. Hey, happy Thanksgiving to you. Happy holidays to everyone. And Ramir Ortiz, $10 super chat coming in. Thank you so much. You are helping us expand the show. And we have a packed show. Thank you, Ramiro. Thank you so much, Closet Geek. You guys are regular donators to the podcast, so we do appreciate you. Let us know in the feed. First thing I want to know is how do we sound? How do we sound? Let us know.
How are the audio levels?
Yeah, how's the music? I want this to be a nice little relaxed, we're here, we're talking comics.
We're finally here.
And we want this to be a very comfortable situation for you. We want you to sit back, relax, enjoy. Because we have 50 more minutes to cram a bunch of content for you guys right now. Because after this show, we have Lords of the Long Box coming up at 6 o'clock. A great show.
As always.
TiVo, bringing in the quality. What else do we have? We have after their show, what do we have?
John's Comics for Kids. They're going on at 8 tonight.
Ooh, do we know what John, I know he's on the feed. What is he talking about? He's talking about this?
Middle West.
Ooh, okay, so we talking about Middle West.
It was good.
Ooh, it's good. Are you good?
It's good, and I read it already.
I'm excited to see that. And then we have on Friday, Bueller packing the house. What time is Bueller's show?
Bueller? What time is your show? It's at 8?
Bueller's show is at 8:30, I believe. Bueller, please make sure to correct us in the. You know what? We're typically more professional about this, but we typically have it on the screen. But I really want to know.
Thank you, Closet Geek.
Because we have Bueller on Friday, and then we have Gem Mint rounding out the week on Saturday. We do a live show on Sunday. This Sunday, we may even have my dad on the Q&A with me. But you know what? That's what we got. We got a cram pack full of comic book content. The fam is coming together, putting a bunch of content for you. And Closet Geek coming in with an additional super chat, again, saying this goes towards Ryan quitting his day job. And Ryan, every time you move closer, you got to stay back with me.
Oh, man.
You blur the screen.
Oh, man.
You got to stay even with me.
I'm sorry to
That's how this
this
webcam works, apparently. We're figuring it out as we go. But you know what, guys? Let's start this out strong. I say, right now, we open up a package. We have 3 packages. I want to open up one right now, and we're going to save the other one for later. Let's do an unboxing right here, right now. We're going to save Big Will's for a little bit because Big Will is known to deliver.
Yes, they're very large boxes.
So right here we have a donation to the Mystery Mail Call. What is this donation? Explain to the comic fan what this is.
It's you. You guys send us stuff to send back out in the Mystery Mail Call every month.
That's
awesome.
right.
And we love you. We're incredibly grateful.
That's right. We are. We send out mail calls. We have a subscription service.
We do.
We send out comic books to the comic fan. We have close to 500 people we send comic books out to. And because we're already sending comic books out to you, the community, we are kind of becoming a hub for that comic book karma. Because if we can take these donations and send them back out into the community, we're spreading that comic love. And as I open this, what do we have there?
Got a super chat from New Comic Smell, $5.
Ooh, New Comic Smell. I really like that name. Let's do a little cheers. Because we have New Comic Smell with a $5 super chat, and Mark Anthony, which, by the way, Mark, I sent out your mail call. It's on its way, brother. I actually remember specifically because your last name is so unique. So, Mark, to New Comic Smell, thank you so much.
That's blurry.
Oh, it's blurry.
Woo.
I apologize. See, if we hit our face,
is that what it was?
it gets blurry. Yeah, because it's monitoring our face. We're learning. What do we have?
Our face.
It
I love
is.
that. That
Ooh,
makes me feel
let's see what we got here. So this is from, I didn't even see a note. I thought I saw a note. I didn't see a note. Who do we got?
Rainbow, say hi.
This is, who is this coming from? Oh, see, if I lose out of frame, I
cannot
apologize.
move at all.
All right, Josh Nelson. Oh, he's a homie. Josh Nelson is regularly on the stream. Josh, thank you. What did Josh send us? He sent, for the comic fan, this isn't to us, Star Wars #1.
I like it.
Oh, look at this.
I like that.
Black and white Star Wars variant. Look at that. It's
Look at
gorgeous.
that
It's
negative
awesome.
space.
What's up, brother? You're coming over here. Okay, you're good. Boom. Look at that negative space. That makes Mignola proud. It makes me proud. And this is awesome. This is going out to someone in the comic book community. Super excited to be able to do that. Oh, come on.
Nice.
Come on.
Nice.
This is cool. Okay. We got I actually preferred this copy. This is a second print of issue number 362. 361's the first appearance. This is a second appearance, technically third if you count 360, but this on record is second appearance of Carnage. This is Randy Emberlin, man. Slav, you met Randy with me. He
Awesome
did
guy.
this. He's an awesome guy.
It's an awesome guy.
Awesome guy, and boom, it wouldn't be complete without that 362. So we may have to send these together. I'm not sure, but both of these are going to the mail call. Both of these are like $15, $20 books right now because Carnage is hot, and this is a variant. A lot of people don't have the variant copies, so you're making someone's day with this, Josh. And of course, we have one more. Take a look at this. Take a look at this. Oh, yes. First appearance of Cable, the gold second print variant. Another hot book. Another book that is awesome that I'm excited to send out in the community. Thank you so much, Josh. Some peeps are going to love this. We're spreading that comic book karma. You're doing it like wildfire. Let's put those to
Fire.
It's like Fire Guy.
Wow.
Wow.
Clever.
All right. We have a whopping 109 people.
Hello,
on the
everyone.
stream. Hello, everybody. Thank you so
Hello.
much for joining us. We have 46 likes on this video. Do me a favor if you haven't hit that like button already. I'm going to remind you one more time because that helps get this live video out into the ether. So please hit that like button to our 109 people joining us on this Wednesday evening. I hope everything's doing well. Let me know in the chat how you're doing. I want to know specifically how you're feeling today. It's New Comic Book
Tell
Day.
us your feelings.
Tell us how you feel today on this Wednesday because I'm feeling good. But I just watched the Aquaman trailer.
We did just watch the Aquaman trailer. The final trailer dropped earlier this week.
And I'm not feeling great, Ryan.
I think we have the same opinions here. We're both a little nervous.
All right, I want to talk about the Aquaman trailer. We had a second trailer drop, and we're going to be talking about some other things on the feed. If you're just jumping in now, we're going to be talking about Dead Rabbit. We're going to talk about Aquaman right now. We have another two boxes to open up on camera that's going to be going back out to the community. We're going to be doing a giveaway. We have a giveaway to announce for this week from last week's video. A lot of good stuff happening, but Aquaman. We're talking about Aquaman right now, and I'm worried. I'm really worried about Aquaman. Ryan, tell us, first off, we did a 4-issue breakdown series of Aquaman the Trench, one of my favorite New 52 videos. Can you sit up for me at all? I know you're kind of, I feel like you're just kind of low on the screen there. I want the fam to see all of Ryan. Maybe if we have to get rid of Rainbow, whatever we have to do. But
down here.
Aquaman, we did a 4-issue coverage of Aquaman the Trench.
We did.
Tell the fam who hasn't watched those videos about those 4 issues, and then why we're excited about Aquaman, and then how you feel now.
I think The Trench would have been a perfect movie. it's right there. The blueprint is right there. It's 4 issues. It's quick. It's pretty self-contained. It doesn't have too much of the overall Aquaman mythos and lore in it, which is kind of overwhelming, and it looks like they're throwing all of it into the movie in terms of like his backstory, his parents, his brother, the royal family. Black Manta is doing a bunch of stuff. It feels like they have too many plates up in the air.
A lot going on. A lot of people's frustration with Aquaman, and I want to know in the chat, let us know how you feel about Aquaman. I'm seeing people here saying, this is from SoccerVids99, Aquaman trailer looks sick, but right after that we have Don Dukes who says Aquaman might be a bust. Okay, this is a little concerning for me. Okay, this is concerning. Why? First off, hey Slob, do me a favor. Can you go upstairs to where the audio won't be replicating and check in the room how we sound and let us know if the microphone is okay. All right, so just please. All right, so Aquaman. This is how I feel about the movie. I was concerned about DC's initial lineup with what they did, because every DC movie, as they come out, it seems like they're trying to do too much to make it a good movie. You don't have any particular character getting enough screen time for you to be invested into the characters, for the story to actually be a good payoff. The villains that get brought up to be this huge, great threat end up not being a threat, because there's 5 or 3 or 2 villains that they're spreading across this movie that typically don't even get their final, their final display until the very end of the movie. And what we see in this new trailer, we see Aquaman as a kid. We see Aquaman with Nicole Kidman, who as an A-list actor is going to get as much screen time as they possibly can give her. So, okay, cool. Maybe we should turn this up. Is there a way to turn this up? All right, maybe speak up a little. I think maybe that'd be the best way to go about it. We have to speak up a little bit. Maybe, I don't know. But I'm concerned that we're going to get a crazy amount of backstory. I'm concerned that we're going to have this whole story now take place half in the water, probably 3/4 of it in the water, and then you're gonna have this backstory from one of these kids, and then he's gonna have this whole backstory of how he became Aquaman, and then there's gonna be this like backstory of Atlantis, and there's this whole underwater thing with an underwater villain, and then they say in the preview there's gonna be a war between the land as well. So now you have the whole land stuff that they're gonna incorporate with its own villain. We have Black Manta, like we have all of these things happening in one movie. It sounds like a recipe for a Batman v Superman. It sounds like we're going to have potential characters flop, and this movie cannot afford any of that. And I'd like to remind everybody that this movie a year ago was being sold to us, just like New Mutants is being sold to us, as a suspense horror movie.
Right.
And this is not that.
This feels like it should have been the plot for Aquaman 2. It appears to me that they are adapting the Throne of Atlantis crossover plot from the New 52, which came after the Trench, and I feel like they should have just done the Trench. In the previous trailer, there was a tiny little glimpse of the creatures from the Trench, and that got me very excited, of course, but they were nowhere to be seen that I saw in this new trailer, so I don't know. I feel like there's too much. There's too much in the air for a movie that really needs to succeed. It needs to save the universe. It
needs to more than succeed. It needs to topple everything they've done. Because if we want to see more Aquaman, this can't be a bust. This can't even break even. This has to do really well. And there's a reason why they casted, Momoa, Jason Momoa.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a reason why they casted him to do this. Shout out to Carlos. Carlos Santiago, thank you so much for the super chat. He's saying $10. He hopes that helps with the production. You know what?
It does.
It does, sir. It truly does. Truly Brown. Shout out to my sister wife, loving comic peeps on there. All right, so sister wives loving comic peeps. There it is.
Wow.
There's one person who's watched Sister Wives who knows the Truly Brown reference. Anyways, we're gonna keep it rolling. We're gonna keep it rolling. We have 120 people in the chat, Ryan. Boom. It's feeling good on this Wednesday. All right, so that's how we feel about Aquaman, and I want to know how the comic fan feels about it. And we have, let's see here. Let's see what we got. We have people who are saying that they feel that DC's trying too hard. That's from Michael De La Rosa. You know what? I'm feeling that same thing. I feel like they're trying too hard. Comics with Bueller says, he's always wanted to see. Wait, what is this? I always wanted to be a mod, and
that's
now
for our stream.
Oh, hey, Comics with Bueller, you
Thank
are a moderator. I added you if you didn't know that already. So I think maybe that's what that means. It's a wrench there. So
Yeah.
hey, everyone, give a thumbs up to Comics with Bueller. Thumbs up on the channel. He's our first moderator. He's a homie. He's out in Portland helping us out, making this show positive. Show him that you appreciate him by hitting the like button. All right. What else do we have on here? We have some kind words. We also have Bobby Beltran, who is bringing up Shazam, saying this is going to be a breakout movie. All right.
I'm more excited about Shazam.
I am more excited about Shazam. I think we should now transition this conversation to why I think Shazam could be the redeeming DC movie that they have in the universe.
Yeah, I really don't want Aquaman to be like Green Lantern, but I kind of feel like Aquaman's going to be like Green Lantern. More like Green Lantern than like Guardians of the Galaxy, which is what they're kind of shooting for.
I think that's what they're trying to do. They wanted this to be a Guardians. It's not going to be. It's going to probably, if they can make it like a Wonder Woman, where they have fans really excited about a character that they should already be excited about because it's a really good character.
Should be.
It could happen. It could happen. We may see this go well. They don't have a good track record. They really don't. And the visual effects, I feel like they're going to really be banking on people being excited to see people, these Atlanteans swimming with sharks and stuff. And yeah,
monsters fighting each other.
Yeah, but man, it's a fine line to tread. It's a fine line to tread, man. They start fighting these monsters. It starts looking like Transformers.
Yeah, that's bad.
We can't have
for
that.
anybody who doesn't know. Transformers is bad.
All right, so
and I have seen it, decaf. It's a bad movie.
All right, so this is why I like Shazam. This is why I'm excited about Shazam. So first off, people are a little worried about Shazam being too kid-centric because a lot of people don't know about Shazam. A lot of people, Shazam isn't on their radar. You got Batman, Superman, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Cyborg, name the list. Shazam? But Shazam, the reason why Shazam was popular, by the way, Shazam outsold Superman in the Golden Age. Shazam was the most popular comic book in American history. Like, millions of copies being sold. Fawcett Publishing, it was a giant publishing company. And Shazam landed with the public because one big reason. Shazam was a reflection of the time period. Shazam could be compared to a Simpsons in comic books. It could be compared to a South Park, but not with the crude aspect of it. Obviously, I mean, you're thinking in the 40s here, pre-code for kids, but it was a caricature of society, and they wrapped it up by providing a kid superheroes, and that kid, by saying the name, turned into this godlike adult who could have fun. And it made for really interesting stories, especially given that it was a reflection of the time. So a lot of these stories draw on things that were historical. Now, this is a unique movie because this is going to play on that child whimsical fantasy. Okay, we haven't seen that adapted to film. Now, where have we seen that adapted to film? Big.
That's what
I'm thinking like that, like Mike. I'm thinking of these movies that
Freaky Friday.
For real. I mean, I know we're joking. These are movies that aren't superhero themed, but the main draw to these is that you're appealing to a demographic that is otherwise not being marketed to and content being created to. And it's this idea that as a kid, you're not powerless. And what would it be like? What if? And I can say that is more exciting than someone swimming with a shark, because we've seen that. No one cares. People know about that. But this is like, as far as a A-list, you have big celebrities, you have a major character, you have a multi-million-dollar production behind this idea that let's make superheroes fun. What? Fun? Can they do that? They haven't. That hasn't been, guys, this hasn't been the goal of these superhero movies. Make them fun? No, they're supposed to be entertaining. They're supposed to be engaging, action-packed, visual stimuli. That's what they're looking for. Shazam has an opportunity to get a huge age range into going and attending a superhero movie that is actually fun. And the only one that I can even compare it to is a movie that was a breakout sensation, that was considered a side quest for a superhero, You know what movie I'm gonna say? Scott Lang, Paul Rudd, Ant-Man.
Okay.
That movie was fun. That movie, on paper, should not have done well.
No.
Yeah, we have Paul Rudd. Everyone loves Paul Rudd. And they needed to have Paul Rudd be Ant-Man because you need to have a really good lead draw. But that movie didn't do well because of Paul Rudd. That movie did well because it was fun to watch. It was a heist movie. It was a small crime movie. It was a movie that wasn't like the world's going to end and Thanos is going to wipe everybody out and everybody's going to die. And No. This was a fun movie to watch. And I think Shazam, if DC really focuses on the fun aspect of the movie, we may see a hit come out of DC for a character that's on nobody's radar. Or not. What do you think, Brian? You seem like you're disagreeing with me, and I want to know your thoughts. And I want to know the comic fans' thoughts. Let me know in the comment section how you feel about Shazam.
I feel like it's frustrating because Aquaman feels like the more unique movie, I guess, in terms of like setting and potential.
Okay.
But I don't have any faith in it really anymore. Whereas Shazam, I have no idea really what they're gonna do or how it's gonna feel, or I don't know how much younger of an audience they're gonna draw than they normally do. Because like little kids go to see Guardians, you know, little kids are going to see Wonder Woman, and I don't think that's gonna be big enough of a draw for Shazam to kind of completely change the game. The gimmick of him being a little kid in a grown-up's body is gonna be awesome while it lasts, but I think they need to focus on something beyond that, in addition to that, to really make it work on the long haul, so to speak, if that makes any sense.
No, you're right. I think that's right. I mean, I think that they definitely have. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be an easy thing. They can't just ride the comedy the entire time. It's going to get old. It'll get old quick. Especially if they start marketing it for number 2, and it's like, oh, he's a wacky kid, you know, like no. But imagine when he's on the JLA and you have this unique character who is a kid. It adds an entire layer to the story that when absent, this team looks like they're too super. They seem too super in these movies. It's like a Transformers movie, and they need to get away from that. That's like DC's issue here, and this is how I'm calling it like I see it. And we got people here. Here we go. This is actually a good. I like this. We have some people in the comments who are talking about Ant-Man, who are saying Ant-Man was good. And they're saying, let's see here. I found a good one that I moved it. This is from Bake the Snake, who says, was thinking the same. Ant-Man is one of my favorite franchises out of MCU. Right? I think Ant-Man killed it. And I enjoy going to see more Ant-Man movies because I know it's going to be a little bit lighthearted.
I never did see the second one.
It's really good. Stay till the end. Michael De La Rosa likes it. What else we got here? What do you guys think about Shazam? I want to know what you guys think about Shazam in the comment section. Let me know. And we got Estrella on. We got 145 people on the live stream right now. Thank you so much to all the comic fam who are joining us. We have 63 likes right now. I'm going to ask to the 145 minus the 63 who over you liked it to please hit that like button. That does so much for the video. Helps it be seen by the rest of the comic fam. And this is from Bobby Beltron, who says, exactly, Tom. Leading the next generation into comics is the hope for this community. Shazam will have all the fans of all ages. My father loved him and introduced me to him along with his beginnings. And that's what I'm hoping Shazam brings. I'm hoping Shazam brings a new style of superhero movie to a desperately needing help company who's pumping out these films. Because guys, when we have Aquaman hit the theaters and it doesn't do well, we're not going to see it do a Spider-Man. We're not going to see in 3 years another Spider-Man movie. It's not going to happen.
Another Aquaman?
Yeah, we're not going to see a second chance.
Not soon, anyway.
No,
yeah,
it's not going to happen.
The cynic in me really wants them to kind of just pull the plug on everything DC and start over. I don't think there's any salvaging the current DC cinematic universe. I think they might be able to. It really depends on Aquaman.
Interesting. Interesting stuff. The comic fam seems a little split in the chat. A lot of people saying they like it. A lot of people say it's. I mean, someone said it was apologize. I don't have the person who said it, but they mentioned this looks like a popcorn movie. I mean, you know what? Kind of.
I mean,
it does.
I
It
hate
does.
this.
It looks like it's going to be an enjoyable superhero movie, and I am not upset with that because I am tired of being disappointed over and over and over again. ComicHead84 wants to know how you send a super chat. There's a little dollar sign underneath the description. When you click it, it does it. All right, thank you so much to all the peeps who are joining us here. Julia Smith says, personally, I'm more excited for Aquaman than Shazam. And that's awesome to hear because I personally want to see Shazam do well. Joshua Sanders, a homie, hope everyone's having a happy Thanksgiving with a $5 super chat. And you know, he's the one who sent us that, right? Josh Sanders. That was him.
Was it?
I think it was Josh Sanders, yeah? Thank you, Josh. Josh, you sent us some awesome books. Thank you so much, friend. All right, real quick. We have a giveaway from last week. We're going to announce the giveaway right now. Ryan, who do we got? Who do we got right now? I'm going to actually, I can probably bring it up on my phone.
Is there a way to do that? Yeah.
I can do it right here. All right, so
we picked someone. We posted last week in our last live video these 3 comics for this giveaway. Right? 1,
yeah.
2, 3.
Why don't you explain to the comic fam how we do our giveaways on our live feed?
Well, every live show that we do, we take a photo of the comics that we're going to be giving away, and then Tom will post it on his Instagram and ask for comments on that Instagram post. And then today, when we do the following week's live feed, we pick a random comment from the list of comments, and that person wins the books.
And today, our winner for, what are the books again? Hold them up. We got Black Panther #1. We got Spider-Gwen #1. This is the variant. And then we have the Supergirl #1. Also, Archer variant. It's awesome. And the winner from last week's video, I want to see some congratulations by hitting the like button because it's going to be going to Mr. Big 1981, Mr. Matt Stewart. Let's see if we can get that. Oh, it almost worked. It almost worked.
That's his profile.
That's his profile. It's not going to work. All right. Well, that's not going to work. His name is Matt Stewart, and it's Biggs 1981. So I'm actually going to put this in here. Say congrats by hitting the like button. Biggs 1981. Congrats. I just put it in the chat. I just want to make sure that that gets known. We're going to make sure to put that in the description of the YouTube video as well. We're going to be sending you out. Oh, and you missed one other thing. We have a Geek Responsibly sticker that was made by someone in the community that we're going to be sending to you too. So you can pop that right on the front of your car because we know that everybody.
Right on your windshield.
Right on your windshield. Right where people are going to see you.
Your eyes.
Right when you're driving. Pretend you're driving. This is where you need to put it. So you're driving.
That's the most responsible way to geek.
Okay, obviously don't do that. We want you to put this wherever you want. But we're going to be sending you this stack of comics, and you know what? We're going to put this aside so I don't lose them, because that has happened before.
That's going to get lost.
Yeah, put that over.
I'll just hold on to them.
Kind of.
How about that?
All right. So we have 131 peeps on this live feed. We have about 20 minutes left because we started a little bit late. So we're going to jump into the next box because we have Big Will. All right. Why don't you should tell them about Big Will. Because Big Will is, we're talking about comic book karma. This guy is going to be winning the lottery soon. This is like, if comic book karma was measured in lottery tickets, he would have at least 1,000 lottery tickets right now.
Yeah, Big Will, you're something else. We love you.
I'm
sorry I called you a psycho.
He's a psycho because he's sending such a crazy amount of comics and awesome stuff to the comic fam. And it is very humbling and it's very nice. And I do appreciate that. So let's see here. All right, let's see here. Ooh, I like the discussions that are happening in there. I'm interested to see if we should too. That's a whole discussion in itself. Oh, what do we got here? What do we got?
The knives scare me. I have a healthy fear of sharp objects. Maybe an
Big Will.
Oh, man.
Big Will. Come on, man. Are you kidding me? There's slabs in here.
I'm kind of thinking maybe Big Will's on the run, and he's slowly trying to get rid of everything he owns. So
you think that's what it is?
He can, like, flee from the law or something?
You think something's up?
There's no good reason that someone sends us stuff like this. What is this? What are you doing?
Carlos Santiago, to you, my friend, with the $5 super chat. That must be going to Big Will. Because, like, as far as the like, because Big Will is just spoiling the comic fan.
Letters.
All right, let's see what the letter is.
You say you like history. Well, here you go. Lucky Star was a 14-issue promotional comic given away with juvenile Western wear, so that kids, could dress like to read about a Western hero. These were mini comics with a cover price of 5 cents. Cheyenne was a Western TV show, 1955 to 1963. Dell published a comic that ran during the show's time. Not many are graded. This is 1 of 5 on the census.
1 of 5 on the census. We have some classics. Right here is a mini comic. It is awesome. How most people, oh, look at that. He even put it there.
You're psychopath.
Oh, and then he comes in with a $25 super chat. Crazy.
Who are you?
Who is this guy? Ah! All right, look at this. Comic fam. We got donations coming in slab from the freaking Dell 10-cent Golden Age goodness. Mini comics. All right, so we got Lucky, what is this? Lucky Stripe?
Lucky Star?
Lucky Star. We have Lucky Star. This is a 14-issue promotional comic. Let's take a look at this. Oh my goodness.
Crack the slab.
Look at this. This is gorgeous. I am stoked about how this book looks in a slab. First off, someone's going to just like pass out when they pull this out of their box. This is going to be a really good donation. Thank you so much, Big Will. That is incredibly kind of you. I'm excited to show the rest of the team this. And you're right, a lot of these Westerns, they weren't graded, and a lot of them aren't high grade like this. I mean, 8.5. Holy smokes. Yeah. That is a gorgeous cover. Look at that yellow, how much it pops. Look at that back. I mean, guys, it feels good. Gold, just feel it. Just feel it. It feels good in your hands. I don't know how else to say it. It feels good. This is dated 1950, and this is 1958. So, like, it's really cool.
Older than we are.
Older than we are. Very cool. So we're mentioning this mail call, and for those of you who don't know what the mail call is, if you look in the description, there is a link for you to hit the website. And the mystery mail call is a subscription box where we send out a box of modest comics once a month to you. But we try to spice it up because we know what you're after. And the community is helping just take it to the next level again and again. And people like Big Will are making this happen. But you know what? Big Will, he didn't stop there.
No. Are there like $100 bills stuffed in the box?
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised.
That would be the packing paper.
So, oh, hi, Slop. Slop's just right there.
Rainbow's back.
My face is crossed. All right. We have another box from Big Will.
Almost took my eye out with that thing. I'm so scared of the knife.
I keep it closed. I keep it closed. And you can see Rainbow in the back. He's just chilling. He's
looking at Slop.
That's right. He's looking at
Slop. Who's this tall guy over here?
All right, so we're going to open this other box from Big Will. Holy smokes, Big Will. So, let's see what we got here.
It says it's biscuits. Big Will sends us biscuits.
He sends us nothing but biscuits, man. Oh, they're trades.
Oh.
All right, so this is something that's fun. I want to throw this out to the comic fam, because we're not. Do we need donations, Ryan? No, we don't.
No, we don't.
We have enough comics, but this is comic book karma. This is people in the community who want to give back. Okay, the cat's name is Rainbow, by the way.
That's Rainbow.
That's Rainbow. He's 20 years old.
Rainbow.
The comic that we get sent, sometimes they get addressed to us, and we appreciate that. But these are for the comic book fam. Now we send out trades. We like sending out trades because these are things to send out you have something to read. And the trades, they're all over the place. We get a lot of different ones. Sometimes there's volume 2s, volume 3s. The idea is that we give you a taste of something that you can read. And hopefully, if you really dig it, you can get volume 2. Or you can go back and get volume 1, whatever. I like when people send in trades for donations because ideally, these trades have been read. And we have had donations from people who actually put in the sleeve cover, like they'll write out something nice, like,
that's cool.
Like I read this, blah, blah, blah. This is my favorite book, Comic Fam, Comic Karma. And those are the funnest trades to use in the mail call to send out because they have a life of their own. I personally have Seed of Destruction. It's a hardcover that I have not only lent to you, I've lent it to Aaron, to Russ, to, I think, Slav. If you haven't gotten it yet, you're going to get it. It's currently being rented out by someone else. But this hardcover, Seed of Destruction, is on its last pieces of glue holding the binding together because there's been so many people who've read it. And I had Mignola sign it. And I said, Mignola, can you sign this? Because this is going to be read by a lot of people. I give this off. so to introduce them to Hellboy, which is probably the worst book to introduce someone to Hellboy.
Is it?
In hindsight, but I've been doing it for a long time.
Worked for me.
And he's like, he wrote something nice in there, like read it, give it back to Tom, so it could be sent. He said something nice. I don't remember. So this right here is graphic novels from Big Will. So this is really nice. Let's just start showing them off.
Match.
All these graphic novels. Oh, come on. Who doesn't need? Like, this is a great example. I own 3 copies of this. And this is something that's like, this may have been read. I mean, these bindings look great. Obviously, if they're really beat up, we're going to send you something else. But
you need V for Vendetta if you're in your collection. You have to. You have to.
Oh, come on. Some Miracle Man. Guys, Big Will. He's hooking it up with quality.
What's that?
I've never read this. I've never read this graphic novel. I hear it's good. I don't know anything about it. I hear it's by a guy named Moore, Michael Moore.
Watchman.
Alan Moore.
It's like a guy who
Stacy Moore
has a watch.
John Moore.
He likes to watch. Man.
Alan Moore. He wears a watch. There's a blue guy. I don't know, but I hear that this is good.
I heard it sucked.
I hear everybody actually needs to read this. We have I Am Legend. Come on, everyone needs to read and watch it because I like.
Hey, gotta read that one.
Heck yeah.
Give that one to Slot.
Is that Bendis?
No, this is Millar. No Bendis.
Bloodshot, Grim Fairy Tales. Oh my, here you think that's another step.
Too money.
Will, you are helping us out. Graphic novels are the hardest to find. Graphic novels are the hardest thing. We can find really good comics every day, but graphic novels that's a hard thing to do. And Big Will, you're helping us out because you're sending so many really. Look at this. Final Crisis. Everyone needs to read Final Crisis. Oh, come on, dude. Yes. Batman Long Halloween.
Some of the first comics I ever read.
Dude, Dark Knight Returns. What is this? You're looking at my tattoos and you're like, what can we do?
It's like, what are the best comics ever written? And how do I get them to everyone?
Eo Barthon, come on. Flashpoint.
This is one of the books. I was asked what my favorite Joker cover was earlier this week, and that's one of the ones I said. Big Will,
you're delivering. Holy smokes, the comic karma. We're gonna let's do a small prayer to Thor tonight for Big Will that he has a really good comic find, because you know what? He said that he's not going to sign up for the mystery mail call. He's not about the mystery mail call. That's okay.
He doesn't need any.
He apparently doesn't need any more trades because he's sending so many trades to the comic fan. You're helping us make the box better. Thank you so much. Go ahead and let's put these down.
Can't even lift all these. I'm
Holy
so weak.
smoke. So if anything, you know what? I'm going to say graphic novels, that is such a nice donation to the comic fan because
that's what we need. If we do need something, that'd be the one.
Yeah, we're regularly looking for awesome graphic novels. And if you're already pre-screening graphic novels that are good reads, it makes it easier for us to fill so that we can spread that comic book karma and hook up people with stuff that they absolutely need. Because I wish I could go buy 500 copies of Watchmen.
Yeah.
But I have to wait till I can find 500 copies of Watchmen to buy all at once to make sure everyone can get it and not repeat getting it. And it's a little bit harder to fill graphic novels. Big Will, thank you. You're awesome. You're going to make a ton of people happy, and we do appreciate you. Thank you for the $25 donation. You're a homie. And anyone who wants to join the mystery mail call, these are the kind of stuff that's happening. We have more and more donations coming in. We have great comics going in, and I actually happen to have the mystery mail call grail, because we do grails every month. Like, we don't just send out awesome comics. We don't just send out bronze. Sometimes you get silver. Sometimes you get variant comics. Sometimes you get signed books. We also have grails that go out, because if we're going to send out a bunch of comics, we got to make somebody's year.
Spice it up a little bit.
Every month, we better be making multiple people's year. That's my goal, because every month we have the opportunity to send out some huge books. This month,
book of the year.
We're finishing out November. November's already closed, but we had Batman Adventures 12 go out. Hulk 180 went out. But you know what? If you didn't enroll in November, we are officially open for enrollment in December. And December's mail call, we're going to be hitting it with a bang. Take a look at this. We have the first appearance of X-23 going out in the mystery mail call. Wait a minute. No. I made this joke already, but this isn't it. Is this one. We're going to be sending both of these out, but this is actually the big book. This is going to be the big book that goes out. We're going to send this out to somebody. This book goes, I don't even want to say prices, but it's exceeding 400 in this grade. I'm excited to send this out to one person who's paying $25, $30 for their box. and they're gonna get a graphic novel. They're probably gonna get one of those graphic novels from Big Will because he's sending so many damn graphic novels to the mail call because we appreciate them. But yeah, this is what we're doing. Every month, it's getting bigger and bigger. And you know what, Big Will, thank you again for rounding out his epic stream here. This is all Big Will now, $2 donation. He's saying thank you so much for the love.
Big Willie style.
Anyways, we just want to make sure to let you guys know we're trying to find big keys just like this every month. We're trying to outdo ourselves. Why don't we, Ryan, I'm going to let you take over this feed because I do need to take a quick little bathroom break. I apologize. I want you to let the audience know, the 124 people joining us on the stream, I
got a small stack of books here today. 6, not 3, 6.
Yeah, and if you like his picks, let them know, because you can let us know by shaking
the camera,
but also by hitting the thumbs up.
Also do the thumbs up. I'm taking the big chair.
Take the big chair, Ryan.
Boom! Hi everyone. I grabbed Middle West. It was a very, very last minute purchase, but I grabbed Middle West because of John's Comics, the Kids, White Whale Comics, and Thanatos Comics are going to be breaking that down tonight at 8 o'clock? 8:30? One of those? In about 2 hours or so. Pearl. I've been reading Pearl. Pearl's awesome. Everyone should be reading Pearl. This is one I have not been reading. I'm collecting them because I know I will be reading them. I'm working my way up to Batman 59, which is what this one is. I'm in like the 30s right now, so I'm getting there. 8 o'clock, John's Comics, the Kids. 8 o'clock. Thank you for the update there. Batman's here. Oh, whew. I'm not ready for that kind of terror. Ryan, have you beat the Spider-Man game yet? No, but I did put 2 more hours in last night. I was playing Spider-Man last night for 2 hours. Who's this guy? I grabbed American Carnage today, Vertigo. Hope it's cool.
I hope it's cool too.
Cover number 3. Oh,
See it?
So good.
It's gorgeous.
Mr. David Mack.
Oh, this is awesome. Is that Matina?
That's not Matina. I don't think that's Matina.
Who is this?
I actually don't know who drew that cover for Aquaman 42.
It says Matina.
Does it?
Right there, but I don't know if he did the cover.
I don't think he did the interior.
Let us know in the chat who did this cover, if you know. This is gorgeous. I'm digging this cover.
And Russ is bringing me Justice League 12 because I forgot to grab that. So he's bringing that home for me in about 2.5 hours or so.
Okay, so we do have one last thing that I want to discuss here. We have enough time to discuss 2 things. So, let's see here.
Over to the long box.
Oh my gosh.
Don't you have a show to be prepping for, sir?
He's supposed to be. I think we're gonna hold off because you know what? I think the Dead Rabbit stuff, we can chat about that tomorrow on our. I'm assuming. This may be in hindsight, but that book spiked, so we may have something to say about that on our top 10 list video on Friday. So I'm actually gonna, since we're running a little low on time, I wanted to. What do you think about ending with this?
It's worth talking about. People want to know. People are talking about it on the in the chat.
All right.
Oh, or that. Yeah, this guy.
All right. I'm thinking more about this. Let's see here. Let's talk about people who don't read comic books.
Ever.
So, Bill Maher. This is fun. This is a fun little thing. So I saw this talked about on a number of different feeds. Here, can you sit up a little bit?
Nope.
Ryan's a sloucher.
I'm a big.
If you're getting the big chair, you gotta sit up.
Yeah.
There you go.
Is that what you mean?
Nope.
Nope.
Blurring the screen. There he goes.
There we go.
There we go. All right.
Guy.
All right. So let's see here. This is I want to like not discuss anything about opinions on his political views. I want to discuss about what
comic views.
His comic views. Specifically, I want to talk about people in entertainment who have a huge platform who say stuff that could really just like disrespect an entire community of people without really knowing it. And this is just one of those moments. I was surprised to see this, but I'm also not surprised to see this.
No.
And as we can see in the in the feed here, a lot of people are saying he's a troll, he's a dumbass, he's a douche. I mean, this is I'm not even gonna read who's saying it because I don't want to do that. But what I am saying is that there's a lot of people saying not very kind things about this person because what did he say?
He didn't say very kind things either. He doesn't really ever say a lot of very kind things. I don't pay much attention to Bill Maher, but
Hey, why don't you read what he said? This is the quote right there.
this is the response.
This is the response?
Mm-hmm. This is from Powell.
This is enough. This right here is a quote. There's a quote. One lesson Stan taught us.
Yeah, this was them firing back after he said the quote.
Oh, that's the quote.
This is the response.
Yeah. Okay, so here we go.
Now, I have nothing against comic books. I read them now and then when I was a kid, and I was all out of Hardy Boys. But the assumption everyone had back then, both the adults and the kids, was that comics were for kids, and when you grew up, you moved on to big boy books without the pictures.
Interesting. Now, this is the part that he really, okay, but here's the thing. That sounds like an adult who wants their kids to read more chapter books and doesn't take the time to read. Move over. You're killing me.
That way?
Yeah, over here. Here we go. Doesn't take the time to read. Doesn't take the time to see if there's any value coming out of these things. It happens. It happens. I've heard that before. Could be anybody. But then he continues.
He said that the problem is we're using our smarts on stupid stuff. I don't think it's a huge stretch to suggest that Donald Trump could only get elected in a country that thinks comic books are important.
Oh, he had to bring in that. Okay, interesting. Interesting. So apparently, so that is a heavy thing to say. Yeah. It's a heavy thing to say. Especially that I'll say this here, Shane Griffin, comics saved my life.
Yep. Comics
are powerful. Clearly, this is someone who doesn't read comic books. Clearly, this is someone who hasn't read a good comic book in his life and doesn't read comic books. And since this has said, oh, I've read a couple comic books here and there, and someone who would say that means none. It means that they are backtracking a little bit. Now, it's just kind of slanderous. This is not a good accusation to make about an entire community, an entire culture that is growing on the internet. And that's what I want to just bring this back to, is that the reason why communities that are forming right now are so important, the IG comic family, the Facebook groups that are growing by the thousands every day, is that for the first time in human history, we have a way to connect with one another. Like-minded, some adults, some youth, Utes for all of my
Utes.
The Utes. Do you know the reference?
I know it, but I don't know it. I'm gonna be mad when you say what it is.
My cousin Vinny.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I do.
All right. Utes, it crosses age gaps, age lines. It crosses everybody, and it's a community that's growing, and it's growing fast. And people like Bill Maher and other people who are in mainstream media, they don't understand and know that it's happening. And right now, you see someone say something like that, and then have to go on Larry King Live. It means that the comic book community is strong. And that's my point. I don't want to just bring more negativity to the conversation, because we can sit here and just read all of the comments, because that's what everybody is saying. Because even people who are not part of the comic book community say the same thing. This guy put his foot in his mouth. Even people who don't read comics are saying, this guy just disrespected a lot of people about a medium that he clearly doesn't know about. And people who aren't part of the community will go as far to say that they don't even know about it, but they know it's wrong. So the point is that the reason why we are seeing such a huge response to these claims, this wasn't even done on a show. This was a blog post. He had to go on Larry King Live to do a follow-up because he pissed so many people off. This is probably some of the most negative press that this guy has gotten all year. Probably why people are saying he's a troll. But what I do want to say is, aside from him saying something that isn't kind to the comic book community, something that is super exciting, aside from DJ Ron Ninja coming in with a $2 super chat saying, "What's up, boys? We do appreciate you." Quick little swig to him. Is that we have communities like this forming on the internet, on YouTube. Lords of the Long Box is next, and they're going to continue this comic talk. And I hope you guys go and join them. People like Bueller on Fridays, people like Jem Mint on Saturdays, and our YouTube channel. Hit this like, hit the subscribe button. Communities that are forming on the internet, because for the first time we're able to connect. We're able to speak to you guys. You're able to join us in the office on a Wednesday at 5 p.m. after a 5-minute late start. Doesn't matter. The community's strong. And as we keep growing as a community, Keep it inclusive. Keep spreading the comic book karma like Big Will is, like Joshua Sanders is. This community is going to keep spreading like wildfire. And when people put their foot in their mouth like this, it doesn't matter if it's however leaning you are, whether you have a show on HBO or a show on Fox, it doesn't freaking matter. The comic book community is going to band together, both sides. And that's what we're seeing here. We see both sides go, you know what? We may disagree, but no.
Yeah.
No to what you just said. Pass. I would rather be on this side with people who disagree, who aren't as politically like-minded, but are more socially and community like-minded than you. And I think that is a beautiful thing.
Agreed. I couldn't have said that at all.
All right.
As well as you just did.
Like and subscribe. We do this show every Wednesday. The show is going to keep getting better. We do appreciate you sticking with us throughout the troubleshooting. Lords of the Long Box is going to continue this conversation. Well, not this conversation. They're going to continue their own conversations. They have their own show. And we do appreciate your time today. As always.
Geek responsibly.
Geek responsibly. And with incense and champa. Woo!
Always.